I'm going to be entirely honest with you. I was raising to finish off the slides before this started. So usually when I'm invited to, speaking events like this, there's this like 20 minutes before the actual event starts because they're waiting for people to join, they're welcoming people, they're introducing people and all of that. I was like, okay, maybe I'll see you have time. So I'm going to be completely honest with you. I spoke with my team. I was like, guys, I've not been able to prepare the slides for this people's event though. What am I going to do? Like, go and tell them that your laptop is having issues, so you cannot share your screen. I said, yes, I think I'm going to do that. At some point, I was like, maybe I'll tell them that's my, like, there's a glitch in my system. And at another point, I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just share what I want to, like, I'll just tell them, like, you know what? This is how it is, so, and I'm going to talk to you like that, because I don't have any slides ready for today. And
It's
then I
it's
was like,
fine
okay, you know what? I
actually.
actually have a book. I
No, yeah,
was
it's
like, I
fine.
actually
Like
have a
we've had
book.
we've had a couple of hosts that actually came, and they just spoke to us, and it was really engaging, and so
Yeah.
it's fine. If you don't have a slide, I mean, it's fine as long as we can just drink from your cup of knowledge. That's
Of
that's
course, of
okay.
course, of course, of course. So I was like, okay, I have a book that I basically wrote on community management. So maybe I'll just bring that here and share with you guys. But the reason why I couldn't like meet up with the slides is because I've been busier than I thought I would be the past couple of days, even weeks have been so hectic for me. And then yesterday evening I thought I'd be able to work on it. I wasn't feeling too well. So I just had to rest. And then I woke up this morning. I was hoping to meet up, but I'm still not feeling too well. And that might even show in the way um, you know, speak with you guys today. So please bear with me. But I did try to start, something. At least I tried. I tried to let it not be as if I did not do anything. So I'm going to use this to wherever I stopped, and then we'll just continue from there. Like I told people, my team today, community building is something that if you wake me up from sleep and ask me to come and speak about it, I'll definitely be able to speak about it because it's something I love. It's something I've been doing for the past 2 years, and it's something that has yielded so many results for me. And I've spoken about it several times, and I'm always happy to speak about community building. So I'd first like to start with introducing myself again. Hello, my name is Comfort Omore. That's how it's pronounced, Omore. And I'm happy to be here. It's a delight to be here. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for the honor. Thank you for thinking of me to, come basically host the session. I'm really grateful for that. So today we are going to be talking about community building. Let me see if I can share my screen. Okay, allow to share screen. Mm, uh, are you seeing? Are you seeing this window? Are you seeing the screen? My slides.
Yes, engaging your audience, we can see it.
Uh,
But I can see it. I
Okay,
don't know if
all right.
others can. Please confirm if you can see our slide.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So we're going to use this, because I just feel like it's always nice when we actually have slides because we have people who are
Blurry
visual
though.
learners as well. So it will just, help them. It just help it stick. So we're going to use this up until the point I stopped. Then we'll
The
continue
screen is
from there.
blurry now.
Okay. It's blurry.
Yeah, like okay,
Okay.
yeah, it's nice now.
Let me come back here and just try to share my entire screen. Okay. So how about this? Is this still blurry?
No, it's fine now.
All right. So today we're going to be speaking on, engaging your audience, building a community around your content. I'll first start by saying that, I really love the subtext of this conversation, which is building a community around your content. So it's not just about building community, but also using your content to build an active community. And that's one of the things that we'll really delve into today. But before we get to that, let's start with, the conversation flow for today. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the discussion overview of what we're going to be discussing. Look at an overview of what we're going to be discussing today. Then we're going to talk about what a community is. Then we're going to move to understanding the difference between community and followers because a lot of people do not know that there's a difference between them. We tend to mix them up a lot. And yes, there are certain contexts in which we can mix them up and it's allowed. And I'm going to be showing you that very soon. And then we have, gaining clarity, right? And then strategies for community building, leveraging your content as a community building tool, okay, and community management skills, because if you're trying to build a community, then you already know that you're going to be a community manager. So you need to have those skills to effectively manage your community. Then we are going to look at the do's and don'ts of community building, and finally we're just going to have like a summary of what we discussed so far. So that's basically where you get to ask me questions, or you know, as the case might be. Hi, I'm Comfort Amover, introducing myself again. I'm a creator, community chief, creative director, and founder of Phoenix Black. Blah, 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 blah. Well, you guys know me. You're seeing my face. You're seeing everything on the screen. So, and Titi has said a lot. So let's keep this, okay? Now, what our discussion goes for today? We want to understand what it means to build a community, right? A thriving community, an engaged community. We also want to be looking at, how to build the community of your dreams. Now that you've understood what it means to build a community, how do you actually build the community of your dreams? You see so many people saying, oh, yeah, I like this person's community. Oh, Salem's community is so strong, this and that. So how did you do that? I put a picture here, but it did not load it as well. Okay, leveraging your content as a community building. So you see why it's not good to rush things. As a community building too. Okay. I promise you, I'm not usually like this. It's condition that has made my crayfish bend. All right, so we're going to go straight into what is, community. Now, I often like for my sessions to be as engaged as possible, so I'm going to be coming back right now to you guys. And let's see, is there a chat box here? Okay, I think there is. So who can let me know what a community is in your own opinion, and from everything you've been learning about community so far? What do you think community is? Let me know. Let's go. Hello guys, I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Any takers? Anyone wants to tell us what they think a community is? Let's see. Are you guys going to Google? Don't Google, oh. Just drop what's on your mind. If you see community is market in your town, no wahala, drop it there. If you see community is the August meeting, drop it. A community is a group of people that share common values and beliefs. Thank you so much. Okay. Any other person? A group of people are connected together based on a specific subject. Oh, I like that. So let's see if we can get two more. Then we're going to keep it moving. Okay. Any other taker? Mm-hmm. Let me see. The response by the Coachli team doesn't count though, because they're like, it's just like when a teacher is teaching you, then another teacher enters and starts applying the answers. No, so I need more answers from people in the audience. Please. Two more. Let's see. I know we can do it. We can do it. We are able. We have the ability and the capability. Okay, it's like we're not getting any more responses. Let's not delay us. So let's move to um what I have here. So, a group of people with shared interests, values, and morals. That's how I like to define a community. So, when you see people coming together because they have shared interests, their values are the same. Their beliefs might not necessarily always be the same, but at least their values are the same, their interests are the same, and their morals are the same. Then we can say that these people can actually form the unit called community, right? So now your online community, which is what we're going to be talking about here. And the wonderful thing is that when you build a community online, it's really easy to translate that community offline. And we've seen many influencers, many popular creators do this time and time again. Okay. Now your online community is basically a group of people who truly believe in your ministry. It's as simple as that, really. Like they believe in you, they believe in your ministry, they believe in your mission, your vision, they believe in your brand, and they show it every single time with the way they show up for you and the things that you have to offer, right? So now, community versus followers. Like I said, a lot of people tend to confuse community against followers. Right now, followers is like the number of following that you have, like the number of people that are following you, right? That's what I meant to type here. They're just there to consume your content, and they might not even engage, right? That's why you see that someone who have over 100,000 followers, and maybe their average engagement to be like 2,500 likes and 100 comments. So what's happening with the other 100,000 people? Is it that they are not seeing the content? They're seeing it though. There's some people that often come and say, I like this I've been reading your content and enjoying it all this day, but this is the first time I will comment. Someone will say, I always just come to jump. I don't always just come to read and pass. But this time around, I just had to like, wow. So you just enjoying the content since you've not even been translating your enjoyment of the content to actual engagement that will help me as a creator. What happens all the time I've been dedicated to creating this content? It's not like that. So we should not be doing like this to each other. But that's just how it is. A lot of people don't care about you as a person. All they care about is what they can gain from your brand, from the content you share, and all of those things. And you need to know that that's just how it is. It's nothing to be sad about. It's nothing. They are good, and you keep on serving them, right? Now, the people that are really your people that you should really focus on are those who are your community members. Now, who are your community members? They are a subset of your following. So you could have like a okay, yeah, let's take that back. I said I was going to show you content in which you can use community members to main followers and it to be good. So you see me here. I said posting of 160k plus community members across platforms, right? So in the case where you basically want to pitch yourself or introduce yourself, it feels good to group all your followers as your community members because then people know that followers are again people who are just there to consume your content, but community members are different. So when you use that in context like this, people are like, okay, so she actually has that amount of people who are really keyed into what she does, her brand, or what it does, as the case might be. So in that context, you can actually use community members to, describe your followers as a whole. Like I was saying, your community members are a subset of your following. Like they're just a small group of people within people that are following you. So you could have 200,000 followers, but the people who are your true ride or die fans within that 200,000 could just be like 5,000 people. And when you look at the numbers, the comparison is like, what's going on here? But again, it's totally fine. In fact, you don't even need too many community members because the power that community members carry, oh, that's like it's just amazing. So what that 5,000 people can do not underestimate it at all. So you could have 1,000 followers and you could have 200 community members, you could have 2,000 followers, you could have 500 community members. No matter the stage of your growth, even if you just have 500 followers right now or any social media platform, you still have people who are really for you. So it is not too early to start building your community, start actively and strategically and intentionally building your community because these people you have now are people that will grow with you. I remember when I first started out, with building my brand on Instagram, I was really intentional about creating a community more than just amassing followers. So right from that moment, I was already applying some of the strategies I'll be sharing with you right now, and you can see how that has just really helped my brand to thrive over the years because many of my community members today are the ones, and then a lot of people also joined the community because when they came and they saw how I was treating people who were active engagers, were like, I want to receive this kind of special treatment too. I want to be a part of this. So yes, I'm going to start actively engaging. I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to start doing that. I'm going to start replying stories and sending messages and subscribe to the love letters and all of those things. These are all strategies that I'll be sharing with you, later on. So stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Now we always engage, right? So I know you are saying this guest search is not feeling fine. This is how I do. Once I say I might not be feeling fine like this, but once I enter a class, forget it. I guess that's what happens when you really love teaching. Okay, let's move on now. It's sort of your community members will always engage your content. They always will. It's that they are sharing to their stories or they are sharing to their WhatsApp or even other platforms like Twitter and whatnot, or they are replying your comments or they are liking. They will shall engage in one way or the other. A community member will hardly see your posts and skip, except they really, really do not resonate with the post. Okay. Now, this is where like I'm saying the truth, like I'm not just capping, I'm just deceiving you, right? So let's say you have this person that you are really keen into their community. Think about your favorite creator, your favorite influencer that you really love consuming their content. Most times when you're scrolling through your TL and their name pops up, you already like him before you even start reading the content or watching the video, right? Right. If I'm lying, okay, I'm not lying because I know you can relate. All right, now they ride hard for you. You could probably think about someone that you're riding really hard for. Like you just love to see the person win. Once you come to announce that, oh, there's a new sponsorship deal. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, you are shouting, you're posting your status. Once they're celebrating their birthday, they're celebrating them when they come to say, "Hi guys, I just launched my YouTube channel," you're the first person to go and subscribe. When they say, "Oh, I have a book for sale," you're already thinking of how you want to do permutation and commutation to be able to buy the book. That means, you are part of their community, and that means people can also be a part of your community. When people become a part of your community, that's the kind of love that you can expect from them as well. Now, they are always keeping up with you and willing to support your growth however they can. You see, you will have again 1,000 followers, and then your story views will be like 200, 100, sometimes 50. Like, my people not viewing my stories. It's okay. The ones that are viewing your stories, as much as you have to do things to make more people, view your stories, because that also counts as part of your engagement on Instagram, and also, influences the algorithm in your favor. You also need to know those 50 people, those 20 people, those 200 people, those 500 people, those 2,000 people are the people who truly, love you. They want to know what's going on with you. They want to keep up with your life, right? So they're going to be checking your stories. They're going to be following everything, and they will always support your growth however they can, right? So just the example I listed before, oh, you just got a new sponsorship deal, they're going to buy from that person, they're going to buy from that brand, they're going to follow that brand. You just launched a new, channel or a new product, they want to buy. And even if they feel like they don't need it, they want to buy for others. And even if they feel like they don't have anybody that needs it, they want to tell people about it so they can also buy for themselves, right? If they can't afford to. So that's basically what, a community members are. So you see how amazing they are. Community members are so powerful. Having a community is so powerful. It's one of the best things you can do for yourself as a creator, or as someone who is in the digital space. So whether you are a creator or an influencer, or you are just a professional who is trying to build a professional brand in the digital space, especially as a coach, because the theme of this is to learn how to become better coaches, thriving coaches, to build a really successful coaching business. So even if you are a coach, you'll be like, I'm not a creator, Joe. I'm not an influencer, Joe. I'm just a coach. No problem. You still need your community members, because guess who's going to buy from you? Guess who's going to want to book your services? Guess who's going to trust you enough to want to commit their time and money to you? People who truly believe in your ministry, aka community members. So I'm going to come back to the group now to see how we are doing, to see if I've just been rambling on and on since, to see if we have any you insights that we want to drop, any questions. Okay, the chat box is looking very clean, so I believe that you guys are with me. Are you with me? Give me a yes or a thumbs up. Give me a yes or a thumbs up. Let me know that we're together. That I've not talked and talked and talked and talked and just am I making sense? Give me a yes and a thumbs up. A yes and a thumbs up. Then we can keep it moving. Let's see. Any more thumbs up? Oh, no thumbs up. Oh my god, I'm not making sense. Okay, I got a heart. Oh, I had you too. Thank you for that. Okay, let's keep it moving, right? Now getting clarity. Now a lot of people go about community building the wrong way. If you want to really start building your community, the first thing you need to understand is what kind of community do you wish to build. Because trust me, we have the healthy community and we have the toxic community. Just like we have pros and cons to everything. It's the same when it comes to community building. Have you entered a kind of brand or stumbled across a page where they have like the community presence is crazy. So they drop a post and they're getting 500 comments in 1 hour, 1,000 comments in 1 hour. But you enter the comment section and you start having a headache immediately. They're just insulting people, throwing curses, using really heavy words, swear words, accusing people, trolling people. Like, what is going on here? And the owner of the brand or account is in the comment section, egging them on, doing kiki, ha 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 ha. If you pay close attention, right, you realize that the community is that way because of the person that is leading the community. That person has created a space for that toxicity to thrive. So, is that the kind of community you want to build, or do you want to build a healthy, sane community? One of the compliments that always makes my heart the most is when brands reach out to me or clients reach out to me and like, oh, I want to work with you because I just love your community. They are so calm, they're so healthy, they're so sane. It's such a safe space for people because you can always go there and share your opinions and nobody's attacking you anyhow. Or maybe after I work with a brand and they come back for reviews and like, what everybody I got from your community, you've done a good job. I don't have any issue dealing with them at all. The transaction was so stress free. They were so calm and patient and understanding and kind. I was like, hey, thank you. It's God, though. It's God has been helping us. So that's just it. If you really want to be the community like that, then you have to be deliberate about the kind of content you put out, how you as a person engage your audience, not just your community members assemble, your audience, like everyone that stumbles across your post, everyone in your comment section, people in your stories, even the people you engage in other people's comment section. How do you talk to them? How do you construct your content? How do you pass your thoughts across? If you are doing it in a very sane, healthy, and respectful manner, then you can rest assured that people won't just come to your page, your brand, and start constituting nuisance. Of course, you also have to have like strict rules in place that okay, this is our brand policy. My community manager, I have a community manager now, and she knows that there are certain things that once it starts happening in the comment section, you have to stop it immediately. Call the person to order. If it's necessary, delete the comment. If it's true, to and block the person straight up. Like, we're not even going to give you second chances because we don't want you to come here and pollute, because it's so easy for bad vibes to spread. One person does it today, nothing is checked. Another person will come tomorrow and say, oh, it's okay to do this. And before you know it, the community has grown out of your control. So these are things you also need to bear in mind. So now I want you to ask yourself, what kind of community do I want to build? When you know the kind of community you want to build, you know that you have a responsibility, a duty to lead by example, then others will follow, right? So let's move to strategies for community building. So I've talking about things you can do to build your community, things you can do to build your community. So what are these things? Gone. Let's go into them. Okay. So one of the strategies for community building is to to build a community, do this, humanize. So you really want to humanize your brand, right? So it doesn't matter whether you're a professional brand or a personal brand, you want to really humanize your brand. You want people to see that there's a human behind this brand, and that's what people will connect to, the humanity in you, right? So you even notice even with corporate brands, so brands like Piggy Fest, brands like Zikoko, those are like faves. Those are like people's faves because of the way they engage their audience, because of the way they communicate with them. There's humor, there's banter. These are ways that you can humanize your brand, so that a lot more people will be able to connect with you. Some of you be like, oh, since it's a professional brand, I don't have to do too much. I don't have to try things about myself. I don't have to just come to teach. It's not like that though. Sometimes post funny content. Sometimes just go down to earth and relate with them one on one, person on person. Like, don't even try to do too much. But from time to time, let them see who you are. Now, another thing you can do to humanize your brand is to share personal stories about you. This is where storytelling comes in. I'm telling you, people love stories. People love stories. People are obsessed with stories. People want to read stories. They want to gain insight into who you are. They want to get to know more about you. They want to read about that seemingly uninteresting thing that happened to you 10 years ago that will make them laugh. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, Salem, you know, always says that you don't know how interesting your life is until you start to make stories out of everything. And that's just the truth. You might think, oh, it's not important, but by the time you tell it and you see the way people start to react with it, you're like, oh, okay, this is amazing. Now, there was a particular story I shared about my first love in secondary school. And I got over 10,000 followers from sharing that story in 3 parts. Now, many of those followers ended up becoming active community members. Why? Because I shared that story, they could now see something in them, in me. Like, oh my God, this reminds me of when I had my first love too. Oh, so we have that kind of shared experience. Oh, amazing. Now remember that the community is made up of people who have shared interests, values, and morals. And sometimes, many times, a community is made up of people who have shared experiences. So because people know what you do, people can relate to you, people know what you've been through. Now, even in telling your stories, they're able to, pick out your values, your morals. It's not that you're just coming to tell them I'm a kind person. By the time you tell your story and you show them how you related with one person or why you did it, this person's a really kind person. Oh, this person has integrity. Oh, this person has this. Oh, this person has that. Oh my God. The story she tells about herself. Very great. Now, because of you just be telling your stories, right? People have been able to relate to you in more ways than you could ever imagine. And now they can relate to you like, oh, I really like this person. But that's just a secret. Let me tell you the secret. One of the biggest secrets to building an active community is for you to be a likable personality. When people really like you, yeah, like when I say likable personality, it means that it sounds like you have to make people like you. No, unnecessary. You don't have to make people like you. Just do you. Just be as authentic as possible, and your people will find you. Right now, when people like your authenticity, when people like your personality as you are, it's so easy for them to decide that, oh my god, I want to support this person. I want to. Sometimes it's not even your consent. It's you. It's you. So please show us who you are. Let's see your personality. Let's see your interests. Do some videos about a day in your life. Let's see how you do things behind the scene. That's something that I'm trying to do more, with my own brand as well. Just bringing people behind the content and showing them more of me. Not just every day I come to talk about relationships or mental health or this and that. Let's talk about me and then introduce you into me and see how my story can help you, or my lifestyle can help you become better with yours. So yeah, those are things you need to know when it comes to humanizing your content. If I'm moving too quickly, let me know. I tend to speak really fast when I'm teaching, so I can always slow down for you guys. Now you want to reciprocate. I cannot emphasize this enough. Have you ever, have you ever just been scrolling through your Instagram one day and then you get a notification, so and so follow you and it's your fave? How did that make you feel? If you've ever experienced it, I want you to think back to that point in time. You felt exhilarating, right? Or you felt exhilarating, right? You went so happy, like, oh my god, this person will follow me. Oh my goodness. Like now, it's a different thing when you comment on their post and they reply you. They start, oh my god, this is me. Oh, this is amazing. Now when they even start calling you by your name, so that means they know you. So you know me. I'm going to keep commenting more. Now imagine that person now follows you. Imagine that another day you're just scrolling on your phone, you get a notification, so and so liked your post, so and so commented on your post, or you're checking your story reshares and you see that your favorite posted your post to their stories. How would that make you feel? Now, this is something you also want to do as you begin to build your community. You need to start taking note of people who are actively engaging you. When I see that somebody has engaged like four, five, or 4 to 10 of my posts consistently, I follow them back. Like, I am not stingy with my following at all. I follow them back because thank you so much for supporting me. I start to engage their post as well. It doesn't matter if you have 500 followers or 200 followers. It doesn't matter if your page is on private. If you accept me, I'll start seeing your post. Abby, anything you post, I will like it. Happy birthday to you. Oh, happy graduation. I will do it because it's a two-way street. I don't want you to feel like you're just giving, and I'm giving nothing back. It's a two-way street. I'm going to try to support you as much as you're supporting me. So you want to do that with your audience as well. Those people that are really dedicated to your brand, who always trying to engage. You want to make sure that you're returning the love. So please, don't forget that. Don't ignore that. Return the love as much as you can. Now, community engagement. So what do we call community engagement? So community engagement is basically how you keep your community engaged. Now you can do this with your stories, right? Someone that does this very well is Salem King. So almost 4 times a week, Salem King is posting a question on the story that you have to answer, so you'll be able to engage with you. It's yeah. Salem King is like, I'm a fan girl for Salem King, so I'm going to be mentioning him a lot. But I'll be mentioning other people too. Don't worry. So Salem King is posting questions and the stories that you have to answer. He's posting polls for you to engage. Is telling you about his day, he's doing this, he's doing that. And then one thing he's really doing wonderfully well with his channel is making people excited for what he has to say every new day. So once you see that good morning kids notification, if you follow Salami King and if you are in his channel, okay, it's about to get really interesting. Now you want to be able to do that too. But it's not just about your stories, and it's definitely not just about your channel. You can also do it in your DMs. Now, your DMs is one of the best ways to foster relationship with your community, with your followers. In fact, I can't count. I've lost count of the number of people that I became closer with them through just communicating in the DMs. Sometimes it's just you going through your story, seeing something and then replying, something interesting or something that they need comforting for, and then replying and sending them your well wishes. It could just start from there, and then it's going to increase. Now, some of you don't like responding to your DM requests. Why? Please respond to your DM request. One thing that, and I don't always have the time to respond to DMs as much anymore, But I always make sure that at least once a week I will sit down and respond to all my piled up DMs, as many as I can. The only the ones that I don't respond to are the ones that send me a hi, good morning, because I don't have strength. I don't have strength to start doing good morning and good morning to you too. If you want to say something, just get to straight to the point and say it, and let's move on. Just get to straight to the point and say it, and let's move on. Thank you very much. But I always try to respond as many DMs as I can see, and it just makes people feel like, okay, this person is not feeling all alamanti. This person, when people, I know that you are a coach and you are selling services, and yet people say, oh, don't give value for free, don't give value for free. My dear, at some point, just there's a certain level of value that you need to give for free. I have our counseling sessions, right? But when people come, but I get a lot of dilemmas in my DMs. So a lot of people are coming to share their problems with me, and I will always try to respond. I'll respond the first time. If sometimes I'll respond up to 6 times on 6 different occasions. But when I'm like, this person, I've been responding to you for free. What happened? This is a service I offer. Oh, please come and book a counseling session, right? And then I will take them to cancel. Someone will be like, I can't afford to. Okay, no problem. But at least they'll know that you've really tried for me, right? Now, there are sometimes when admittedly people reach out to me, and when they tell me, I was like, this thing you're telling me, it's something that we have to sit down one on one and really walk through. So this is my recommendation. Please book a counseling session, right? So that happens. Now, the same thing for creators, because I mentor a lot of creators. Many of them just feel comfortable reaching out to me and asking me questions about content creation, issues they are facing, challenges, and all those things, so that I can help them through it. Now, it's very tempting to say, go and book a clarity session with me, go and do this, go and do that. But you too, deep down, the information that you can easily give them for free. Do it. Do hesitate, right? Now, sometimes it's not even about information, it's not about value, it's just about conversation. Hey, one thing I always try to do is, occasionally, I'll be the one to start the conversation. I'll just go through my DMs and see, oh, who haven't I spoken with lately? And I'll be like, how are you doing? It's been a minute. How's everything? How's everything going? How's your health? How's family? Any challenges? So, Phoenix, you messaged me today. Hey, I'm so happy. Everything's well. No, this one, this one. And if it's anything I feel like I can help them with, I always try to help, right? So that's one thing I always try to do. Now, sometimes when I feel like, okay, this person is not be ignoring your people. The more you do that, even they don't say
Um, can you people see her or hear her? Think the network, maybe it's from her hand or something. Please confirm if you can hear or see her.
voice, you want to look at the way you speak to them, you want to be as kind, as empathetic, and as respectful as possible. Now, this is not to say that you don't have to establish boundaries. You need boundaries too. In fact, boundaries are very important when it comes to community building, because a lot of people will test your patience. A lot of people just want to take and take and take. A lot of people feel so entitled. When I first started out, one of the things I really struggled with was creating boundaries. I'll be up at 5 a.m. Why? I'm responding to somebody that just messaged me around 1 a.m. when I was just about to go to bed. And it's a conversation that can wait. But because they keep messaging, I keep responding. And before I know it, she got to the point where I say, "See, anything that is not urgent, it will wait until I have the time and I'm in the mental space to be able to do it." So you also matter. Your health matters, your mental health matters, your emotional health matters. When you become someone that a lot of people look up to and rely on, you find that you're always extroverted because you're always pouring out. So please feel free to just shut the noise out from time to time and rest. Take some time to fill up your cup again. Then when you feel renewed and strengthened, you can now get back into it. So yes, boundaries are necessary. Now, so one of my boundaries is, if you send me good morning, I will not respond. That's one of my own boundaries. Good morning, hey, when you're ready to talk, you say what you want to say. It might seem like to some people, but I get so many DMs. So let me attend to people that know what they are here for. Okay, and then we'll move on. Now, there's sometimes when I feel like, okay, this week has been really slow as regards my DMs. Okay, let me go and see some of those called good morning and I can respond to them now. I'm just being honest. If you feel like you have the energy to respond to every I and hey and good morning, absolutely do that, right? I used to do that too at the start, but not just anymore. So it's not a problem. I'm just saying that know the things that are really trying for you, the things that are really tasking for you, the things that are really a push for you, and just create boundaries around those things. Whatever you need, do not be afraid to take it. And now, just because you're accessible doesn't mean that anybody can reach out to you at any point in time and you have to respond to them, or anybody can ask for something and you start running a task to give them. No, do what you can and leave the rest for God. Sometimes just pray for them. And offer your words of encouragement, and now show appreciation and respect. If you are keen into any of my brands, one thing I would do a lot, I'll come and thank my community members at least once a month. I will share a dedicated post today. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. I will do it in different ways. I'll do it with video, I'll do it with write up, I'll do it with my caption and pictures. I will share thank them. I will thank them a lot, because you need to know that, as much as, yes, you are creating a lot of value for these people and you're putting a lot of work into the value you're creating, they also don't owe you anything. There's so many people creating value and nobody's even seeing them. So if people are really being dedicated to you and supporting you and showing up for you, the least you can do is to appreciate them every now and then. It doesn't have to be every month, it doesn't have to be every 3 months, but just make sure that you have this, culture of always showing appreciation to your audience, letting them know that I don't take you guys for granted, and I'm really, really grateful for all you do for me, right? Now, respect. I've touched on this. You want to be very, very respectful towards your audience in the way you communicate with them, even in the way you structure your content. There's some people that I had to stop following them. Some people that I can never follow, because their content is always like you are fighting. You feel you're better than me. You're always talking down to me. The tone is very condescending. Like, what did we carry? What did we throw? Why? What's happening here? So you don't want to do that. You don't want to be condescending. You don't want to be disrespectful in your tone, in your manner, even in the way you reply their comments. Again, you want to be respectful at all times. There are some people that would really test your patience. Don't worry, you will meet them if you haven't already. There are a lot of them who will just deliberately want to come and cause trouble, but then wisdom is profitable to direct. That's what we're going to go into, community management skills very soon. Now, you want to serve. You want to serve as much as you can serve. You want to serve with the content you are creating. You want to serve with, freebies, live sessions that are packed with value, master classes that are free or very discounted, you know, um, promo or this thing from time to time. So you want to serve them in any way that you can to really show them that, guys, I really like you guys. You want to come up with initiatives that would really benefit them, right? So one thing I do every year is my Santa Phoenix. Now, the way I'm so serious about Santa Phoenix is that I start saving for it from June. Starts from June, I start saving and saving and saving, and however much I'm able to save up by December, that's what we use, to facilitate our Santa Phoenix. Now, another thing I do is, when we have like when we mark milestones, right? I tend to give backs too. So you can also do that. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be gifts or something. It could be in value, in what's that word now for it, in like value that is not palpable, that you can't touch, but you can see it and you can feel it. So you want to really serve them as much as you can. I'm going to just give an example. So there was this point in time that Dang was doing a whole Dang masterclass where she was inviting women, to come and share their stories and everything, and a lot of people really benefited from those master classes. Now, that is an example of serving your audience with value, coming up with initiatives that would really help them, thrive and all of that. So yeah, you can do that as well. Newsletters. So newsletters is one of the best ways to build your community, because anybody who subscribes to your newsletter, probably someone who already writes hard for you. Now, when you start sending out newsletters and the people who have already subscribed start sharing, what they're enjoying from your newsletters, what happens? A lot of people will be like, there were so many people that subscribed to my newsletter because I switched to a platform where I could now address my subscribers by their name, right? So everybody is reading it, and everybody, if you're subscribed to Adekunle Goats letters, then you know what I'm talking about. Is they always feel so personal. Whenever you sing your name, like Comfort, today something happened. Oh my god, they're talking to me directly. So people just love that. They just love that personal touch. Oh, I want to be a part of this inner circle. I want to receive this personal touch too. So I'm going to go and subscribe, right? And so in your community. Now with your newsletters, you're giving them more value, you're giving them more behind the scenes, basically giving them information that people on your feed or your stories would really benefit from. who necessarily have. So that makes them feel like they're closer to you, and definitely makes them want to preach your gospel the more. Now, people in your newsletters would most probably be ready to support you, with any project or anything, over people who just see your post on the feed, because you've been nurturing that relationship via the letters you send to their emails. Now, also frequent gatherings. Now, when I say frequent, it doesn't have to be every week or every month. It could be every 3 months. It could be once a year. It could be twice a year. But you don't just host gatherings, like physical gatherings. So that's one of the reasons why I miss being in Nigeria, because if I were in Nigeria, I'd have been able to host so many physical gatherings with my community members, and you see a lot of creators and influencers doing it these days. There's OSAS, there was just this recent Down Women Fest. Salem has its community hangout, right? So I could go on and on, but you see a lot of creators doing it these days. Now, okay, there was Vicky James too, with Vicky James Fun Fair, Fun Fair. So yeah, that's just how it happens. You want these gatherings don't even have to be big. They don't have to be as big as all those people I just mentioned. It could be something as small as you guys meeting in a restaurant, you guys meeting in a field, you guys having a picnic in a garden. Just create avenues for you guys to meet physically and engage with each other. Before I left Nigeria, I hosted the eating party. It was, although it was for free, and we used this, what's it called now? This apartments, where sleeping for my mind. But yeah, those apartment that you rent out. So we stayed there, and it was a really amazing time. So it's fostered. Some of the women I met there were still like this until today. So yeah, now organize frequent online events as well. So it doesn't always have to be offline. Sometimes just organizing online events. There's an event I organized last year. It was a religious event. So basically just came to pray and sing together. So Mike has family worship, although it's not really, it's more of a physical event, but there are times when they do it on IG live too. So you could do things like that. Same thing with Tito. So if you've been following Pastor Tito recently, she also organizes a lot of live online events for our community members. So yeah, that's something you could also look into. Free or very discounted tickets, because remember, we're trying to be their community, we're trying to serve. Okay, now let's move to, this is where our listen ends for today. So I think the next thing I was supposed to discuss is um leveraging your content as a community building tool. Now, and like I was saying, your content actually plays a great role in building your community. Now, what are those kind of community building contents? Humanizing content, like we discussed before, like your vlogs, your storytelling. So all of those kind of content can actually help you build a community. Now, even your regular content, right? The way you deliver those regular contents can help people really love you. Someone that has mastered the art of doing that is 97th artistry. So she's a makeup artist who's also very funny. She's hilarious. So she just out showing herself, authentically in her content, showing her personality. People are falling in love with her. People are keyed into the community she's trying to build, and it's so beautiful. And I truly, truly love it for her. Now you see her easily just calling names and saying who is doing what and who is doing what. That's because if you're in this line of work, you need to continuously pay attention your to your peers, not to feel pressured by what they're doing, although there's a risk of that happens often, but also to just learn from them and see what is working for them and see how you can replicate it, to also make it work for you, because the industry is constantly changing. You have to constantly be on top of your game if you don't want to be left behind. Okay. So yeah, 97 artistry is one person that's used our content to be the wonderful community. Another person like that is Ife of Dad. Now, when it comes to like using content for community building, Ife is like a pro. Same thing with Tomike. Same thing with Niger Single Girl, now known as Juju Reels. So these people are people who use their content to build their community, and the same thing I do. So sometimes it could just be, even when I don't just come talk about relationships, my regular content or mental health or well-being, there's a way I communicate with my audience that makes them feel like I am talking to one person in the crowd, and that person is you. So everybody feels like I am talking to them directly. And that makes them just feel, valued, seen, appreciated, and like they truly belong here. Now, tell me, who doesn't want to stay where they feel like they truly belong? Say you start attending a new religious center, like maybe if you're a Christian or a Muslim, a new mosque, a new church, and then everybody is so welcoming and so warm towards you, of course you'll be more inclined to say, oh, I want to serve in a unit. Oh, I want to start showing up to months earlier to clean and sweep and help roll out the mats and all of those things, right? So that's just how it happens too. When you communicate with your audience through your content, even when you are teaching them, even when you're educating them in a way that makes them feel like you can see and hear them, trust me, they want to become a part of your community. They'll definitely want to stay for much longer and actively engage anything that you do. Now, another way you can, build a community around your content is engaging content. The kind of content that will make, will bring up conversations. So a lot of times, a mistake like many creators make is they just come and post content that is just them saying what they want to say and they're going. They don't care to hear about the opinions of their community members. You need to infuse content that would have you seeking the opinions of your followers, of your audience as often as possible. Say something like, "Oh, what do you guys think? Oh, I want to introduce myself. Introduce yourself in the comment section as well." So those kind of contents, they are strategically placed. They're not just coming out of nowhere. We are doing it strategically, right? So things like, oh, share a good news that happened with you this week. That's also a community building content because everybody's sharing their good news. I can share a story like, oh, okay, there was a time I shared the story of how I fell down, and then I was it wasn't a bad fall. I wasn't hurt, but I had to act like a baby so my husband would come, and then I told him, actually, you not tell me sorry, ni. And then we started laughing. So I shared this and everybody laughed, and then in the comment section I did something. I was like, tell me, a story of how you are always acting like a baby to get your partner to care for you, something along those lines. And I'm telling you, last time I checked, that particular post had over 1,500 comments, if I'm not mistaken, because a lot of people came to share their stories. And that's the thing about sharing. When you share first, people are now they feel encouraged to share in return. Now, when others come and see that other people are sharing and it's all love and safe, now this takes us back to why it's important to build a healthy, sane community. Now, when people come and say that those that are sharing and being met with love and encouragement, what happens? They too feel gingered to share as well, and it just keeps going on and on and on like that. And before you know it, oh, I love this experience. Sometimes it's not even about your content. Sometimes it's not even about what you're posting on your stories or your newsletter. Sometimes it's about the way they feel engaging with other people in your comment section. Sometimes it's just the experience for people. Whenever I go to this specific comment section, I will always have a good time. And this is what many of these blogs thrive on. Blogs such as pause, Niger, what's that one? I've forgotten the name totally. The popular one, although that one is a very toxic community. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But Yabalet, the comment section, blogs like that, they thrive on that essence in their comment section, that community essence in their comment section. That's what a lot of people look forward to. If I enter Yaba Live comment section like this, I'm going to laugh. Oh, I'm bored. Let me just go to Yaba Live comment section and see what's happening. Let me go to post comment section and see what's happening. Do you know what I'm saying? So this is why it's also important to create a really healthy environment for your community members, so that whenever they enter your comment section, they're encouraged to share, they're encouraged to stay. People look forward to coming to check what's happening in your comment section because they know that they're going to have a good time. Right now, how can you create that kind of environment? By creating content that will have you asking, for your audience opinion, that will give your audience an avenue to also come and share your stories with you, share their opinions with you. So you're not the most intelligent person now, you don't know everything. So please, sometimes give them the opportunity to teach you as well. And the more you do that, the more you see that things will just start to make sense. I promise you. Now we are going to go to do's and don'ts of community building. Guys, an ebook. No, I think the first thing we have to do is must have community management skills. Yeah. So let's go into that now. What are the community management skills that you need as a community manager, someone who is trying to build a community? You need communication skills, right, in order to have meaningful and sustainable conversations with your audience as well as clients and customers, because of course we're going to be coaches. Message across how you mean it so that people understand what you're trying to say. And you also need communication skills in order to communicate, to, 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 to immediately available to respond. The first thing I would do when I get back to that message, I'm so sorry, for the late response. My apologies for the late response. Sometimes I even go ahead to explain, oh, I've been asleep, we don't work in this, we won't use the same time zone, and all those things. Just that alone makes the whole difference. I'm going to tell you another story. Recently, I engaged someone, for graphics design services, and I love his design so much. I was willing to even bring him on board as my in-house graphics designer. I'm looking to change the one I presently have. Now, he charged me for the service, and I even paid him more because I felt like his work was that good. Now, when I sent the receipt to him, the only thing he said was sin, and that was all. And I was really shocked. Like, I'm not expecting him to roll on the floor, but I am also a service provider. I'm a businesswoman. I'm an entrepreneur. I communicate with clients and customers every day, and I will never receive payment for a service or product and not say thank you. Like, even my automated responses, if you just use my booking system, they will you will get a thank you immediately after booking. So why would you just say sin? I thank you for your patronage. I even added that you did not even acknowledge that at all. That felt really somehow. And I was like, am I tripping? Am I the one reading too much meaning into it? But when I shared on my private stories, everybody was like, I bet that kind of person, you don't want to work with them. But you know that side, just run. So you see, I was really going to work with that person, but now I'm not going to work with him. And that's business related though. I imagine how much more with your community members. So you really need to work on communication skills. It might not have meant any harm by it. Just this person might not even have been destroyed at that point in time. That's why you played it that way. But just that, lapse has made me really skeptical. Of course, that's not the only thing that made me skeptical, right? There were other issues of tone, and I gave him something to do. He did something else and told me that's how he wants to do it. It was not bad, sha, so I started it, but it just made me wonder, can I really work with this person? So yeah, interpersonal skills. Right now, you need to have interpersonal skills. All those relational skills, how you relate to people. This will provide it when it comes to creating memory interactions that will make the other person feel heard and listened to, whilst also letting your personality shine through. It would also help a great deal with networking. So my sign somebody sends a DM to you and you guys are gisting, the ability to keep that conversation going, the ability to make them feel like I'm not disturbing you. A lot of people be like, come on, I'm so sorry for disturbing you. Phoenix, I'm so sorry for, you're not disturbing me at all. I always try to reassure them, you are not disturbing me at all, at all. Don't feel that way. Because if I don't address it, what happens? They go on with that feeling, and then tomorrow they might really need me for something I will really be able to help them for, and they won't be able to continue. Sometimes it's even money that I will earn. Maybe they have a customer, but they won't want to reach out to me and they'll take my money elsewhere. So you need to be able to relate with people, no matter what the conversation is. Keep it ongoing in a way that your personality shines through. There's humor, there's banter, there's all of those things, and they feel like, okay, but I'm actually having a conversation with a real person who also sees me as a real person, not someone who thinks they are high and mighty and above me just because they have a thriving brand. Okay, now empathy. As a thought leader, people will come to you with a lot of their personal struggles. Even in the comment section, a lot can be shared. Sometimes it can get overwhelming, but empathy would help you stay on top of the situation. Offer comfort first before anything else. Trust me, sometimes that I receive from message, I'm like, I'll be still asking these questions in 2024, but like comfort, empathy. Like, okay, yes. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I'm really like, let me offer the comfort first. Then sometimes I just want to go straight to providing because I'm a very solution oriented person. I love solutions. Like, why are we crying about the problem when we can just find a solution for it? But I have to remind myself empathy. First, acknowledge the pain they're going through and offer them comfort before you offer them solution. Sometimes some people don't want solution. They just want to come and talk and vent. So I'm able to create space for them to do that as well. So that's something to also bear in mind. Now, problem solving skills. Don't be surprised when people start thinking that you are good and you have all the answers. It's okay to say I don't know. That's outside my range and refer them to someone we believe can help. But when you can, it's good to be able to help them solve their problems. I think one of the shockers for me, since I started using an brand, is how people think that I have answers to everything. People come and meet me, oh, I want to immigrate to Finland. What can I do? How now? Finland, how? I'm like, Phoenix, I've been having serious headache and stomach pain. Do you know what can be wrong with me? I'm not a medical doctor. It's just, and it's funny, it's shocking, but at the same time, it's just like, oh wow, like people really trust me with so many things, and I'm not God. I don't have that answer everything. I have things I'm really good at, but I have things that I'm really clueless about as well. So when that happens, I don't just shut them off. But I always try to see, okay, Can I think of one or two persons that I know that can help them, and I'll refer them to that. I can refer them to Bolaji Pillars. I can refer them to Tito, Pastor Tito. I can refer them to Jojo Rose. I can refer them to whoever I know, is really good at doing like a particular thing. Now, this is why it's also important to be really clear on what you have to offer, because that way it's easier for people to refer their people to you. And from there, who knows what great addition you might be having to your community as well, right? So, yeah, but when you can help, of course, always try to help as soon as you can, right? Now, leadership skills. People will soon begin to look up to you. So you need to be able to carry yourself with the right kind of charisma and poise. Carry your followers along, move them halfway when needed, and lead them to better places in accordance to your brand goals. So this is from my ebook, Create Content That Converts, which basically helps people who want to start out with content creation. It's part of a three-part series. We have a branding, one on branding, we have one on content, and we have one on monetization. So yeah, like I was saying, you need to develop leadership skills. A lot of people will actually start to look up to you for leadership, and it's crazy. You be like, we call big sister, my online big sister, my online cousin, our uncle Salem, and all of those things. That's exactly how it is. That's people looking up to you for leadership. By the time you begin to build a community, do not be surprised when people start to call you things like community chief, like they call me and I call myself, and all of those. So you need to be able to carry your audience along, lead them the way a right leader would, and just serve them in the best way you can. Because again, leadership is actually service. Now, emotional intelligence. You'll be dealing with different kinds of people from all walks of life. Emotional intelligence will save you a whole lot and help you know how to properly handle situations, not to judge or let your bias and prejudices take over, and most importantly, how to diffuse heated situations that might begin to brew. See, you will see people, you will see different kind of people. You need emotional intelligence. So if you read books, if you start taking courses, if you to read articles to help you build emotional intelligence, if you feel like you're not there yet, then you definitely need to do it. Now if you feel like you're there yet, there's no harm in continuously learning and unlearning to get even better, because you really need it. A lot of people, again, would test your patience. You see some kind of comments, be like, you want to immediately give them fire for fire, but remember that I must lead by example. So what you do, you read, and there's some people that will just be proving difficult for no reason in the comment in your DMs. Maybe they want to buy something for you or something, even though they don't want to buy anything from you. People are just looking for you to say that one wrong so they can quickly screenshots and go and share. See you people's faithful. They're very, very uncouth, they're rude, they're disrespectful, they're not kind, because they're just making it on the internet. This is their true colors. Again, emotional intelligence will save you from your love. And that is not to say that you let people walk all over you. No, you have to know, like, okay, part of emotional intelligence is knowing how to put people in their place respectfully. And that's one thing I love to do a lot. I will put you in your place. I'll tell you, I'll let you know that you just did rubbish, but in a way that you can't even hold it against me. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the skills you need. Now, do's and don'ts of community building. Do's: lead by example, practice what you preach. I'm begging you in the name of Jesus. Try to be as honest, as transparent, and as authentic as possible. Nobody is saying come and share everything, but the things you choose to share, please let them be as true as they can be. Because people know you in real life, oh. And if they don't know you, they'll meet you one day. So please, let's actually try to practice what we preach. And when we are preaching something, no, I know I'm not saying preach what you practice, though. I'm saying practice what you preach. So if you're already preaching something, even though you're not there, because we're all works in progress, right? You need to be honest with your people as well. That me too, I'm working with you. So sometimes I come to share about my mental health struggles. I might be a counselor, a mental health practitioner, but I also have my own struggles.